Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs West Brom shocking match reaction. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Ollie is a dumbass. Maguire is shit. Lindelof is shit, nothing new. Fred and Scott together, I wanna die. Cavani, no service, I wanna die. Tony, no service, I wanna die. Rashford decision making, I wanna kill myself. Luke Shaw, quality. Bruno, quality. West Brom, shithoused it. West Brom deserved to win that game. They didn't even deserve a draw. A draw is unlucky for West Brom. We are not in a title race. We're gonna hope we make top four easily. And remember that was the objective of the season, plus a trophy. So I don't even know where to start with. But before we start, smash a like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to remain as calm as I possibly can. But you boys, take it away. Take it away. What are your thoughts on the game?
First, I have to congratulate and give props to West Brom because I think they played really well, to be honest. I think more so in the first half, defensively, the shape was brilliant. They pressed when they had to. That counter was fantastic. And they did kind of lose the press and kind of lose the counter. They had it from time to time in the second half, but it wasn't as consistent. But the shape defensively was great throughout. And I think, yeah, they looked like a Sam Allardyce team today. But it sucks that it happens when we come to town. And it's partly our fault, or a big part is our fault, because we just weren't good enough today. I don't think we were horrible, but I don't think we're good enough. Firstly, Victor Lindelof, he needs to be stronger there, really. Like, I can't excuse him in any other way. He needs to be stronger there. And just our defense as a whole, we didn't look completely comfortable with not an abundance of chances from West Brom, but every time West Brom counted, we did seem to be in sixes and sevens. But the bigger problem for me was going forward, and I just think we never got out of third gear. We really didn't. Start of the game, I think West Brom dominated the first 20 in everything. They were very rounded. But I think after 20 minutes, we kind of took possession, and we kind of pushed them back. And because of that, because they kept sinking, anything can happen. We find space to Shaw, across, brilliant finish, Bruno Fernandes, and we get a goal. But overall, I just don't think we were penetrating enough throughout the whole game. We would hold the ball really well, would make them sink, but they are the personification of a low block. And to beat that, you need to penetrate them properly. And I feel like Fred and McTominay, two side to side. Nothing's happening. Fred's balls over the top, non-existent. They're horrible. I know was slugged from time to time. Rashford very indecisive. Marshall doing jack. Cavani doing jack. So I think going forward, we just weren't good enough today.
Yeah. Today, it just starts from the back. 100% starts from the back. There's nothing else you can really talk about right now. Our defense is the big issue. Because Maguire was beaten countless times, Lindelof was beaten countless times. And it's just very evident that there's a lot wrong with our defensive setup, and Ollie just can't get it right anymore. He had it at a stage when we're getting clean sheet after clean sheet, and we're going, yeah, this is working for now. And now it's just starting to fail again, and it's failing in exceptional fashion, because West Brom shouldn't have had nearly as many chances as we allowed them. Maguire got put on his ass, and
Lucky that chance. Lucky man.
The thing is, as much as West Brom had a couple of chances, which yes, shouldn't have happened, we had so much of the ball. We had a ridiculous amount of the ball, and we should have scored more goals. It ends there.
Damn crosses we put in that had no service whatsoever is honestly disgusting considering we want to play this way. I counted at least 4 or 5 in the second half that just went wide of everyone. It beat every West Brom defender, and nobody was onto it. It's absolutely disgusting. We have the likes of Cavani and Rashford playing right there. They should be getting into those positions and not doing it enough right now.
For me, that was the bigger problem, really, because I feel like, yes, that's a problem, but as the team you are, with that amount of the ball, you should be scoring more than one goal. And I feel like it's not an excuse, but we did evidently miss Pogba today.
Again, I don't think any United fan would play McFred against West Brom. That's not okay, because again, they're supposed to sit deep and protect our back four. but we just got hit on the
Yeah.
counters, so they were null and void. I barely saw Scott today, in all honesty. I don't know what he did, but whatever he contributed, it was side to side and non-existent passes that really did not
Yeah.
make a difference in the end of the game. Fred wasn't his usual self today. Our midfield just got torn apart. It completely got torn apart. It was non-existent, wasn't there to help us in the defense, and our defense just got exploited time and time again. Victor wasn't strong enough, and you could see his lack of aerial ability. We know this. So why is Maguire not marking the striker? We have to ask these questions again
You
of
ask
Ollie.
it for the whole season, bro.
Exactly, because this is something that's reoccurring again. It's the same issues. As much as the good results came, those issues still existed, and now they're just popping their head out even more because we can't ignore them right now. And it's the same thing for the
You
past
know,
2 seasons.
that is very annoying. When simple things that can simply be changed
Yeah.
are a consistent problem. That doesn't make any sense, really. It really doesn't. So I
Yeah.
don't understand
It's
it.
true. A walking fridge
And
marked the big striker. We know
yeah,
Lindelof's not the strongest. We know he's not the best aerially. He shouldn't lose that. I'm not taking excuses or blame off of him. He should have won that. Never should have been beaten like that. Even the referee should have given a foul. There's an argument there for anything else, in all honesty. But he should have won that. He should have never ever
He was
let
in
the
front of
striker
him.
get past
He
like
was in
that.
front of him.
He was in front of him. He literally snaked around him and just pulled him down. There's nothing you can do in that situation, and should have been a foul in my opinion. But it was a goal, it stood, and we have to go with those consequences, and we need to push forward and actually create those clear-cut chances that our strikers are just not making an effort to put in the back of the net. And it's an issue with
but what do you do?
so much. Yeah.
What what do you do when Lindelof is playing on the right and the striker keeps attaching himself to Lindelof?
Switch. We switch our wingers all the time. Why would we not switch our centre backs if the striker's trying to attack him? Or bring Scott in. Tell Scott to bloody man mark him in front of Victor. Scott's a massive guy.
Herrera used to do it even.
Yeah. Like, there are options. As much as it could disjoint, but tactically,
I get you. I get
then
you.
we need different
I
personnel
yeah.
there. Bring Matic in for this game if you want to play that play style, you know? There's ways around this.
I just feel like it's not. I get what you're saying. It's just not that black and white because when you do that, it kind of messes up the balance and he has to change it tactically and makes it unbalanced. So I'm not making an excuse for Ole, but I just feel like in his mind he probably thought, okay, that happened, but we have a majority of the ball anyway. I want Scott McTominay running and overlapping players like Bruno, and I want him in that position. I think he'd be more of an asset because we have so much of the ball. So I'm not excusing it. I'm just trying to say that it's really not that black and white.
Yeah, it definitely isn't that black and white. It's never an easy swap when you make a big tactical change in the team. It's never that easy, but it should be something you're training. It should be a scenario that you're defending, that you know, like Cavani's running past Victor 24/7. Why are you not bringing back a defender to mark him in training, you know? Small things like that that you should be picking up on as a coach because you are training defensive tactics. You are seeing this week in, week out, and nothing is changing. Even if it's just Aaron cutting inside and holding Victor's hand again, as much as I don't like that, that would have helped so much today.
Yeah.
And again, that isn't there. In some scenarios, I can see its use, but in others, they're just ball watching. You need to know when to use certain tactics. And against West Brom, we shouldn't have gone low block in the first place. We should have had a Donny on that could bring the game on the front foot immediately. And instead, we were on the back foot very early on and struggled to make anything happen.
Yeah, I think as much as defensive, we know we have problems, but I feel like we're all exposed with our frailties going forward today because I think Tony and Rashford are not doing it right now. They're not creative enough. Rashford's trying.
That front three is not the way.
Yeah,
It's not the way.
they're not creative enough. And on top of that, I feel like Pogba would then jail. His combination of Bruno would then get us of jail from time to time. Now he's gone. So we have Scott and Fred not playing well.
We have a direct replacement for Donny. We said this, and it's annoying. It's right there. Donny's right there, and we're not just ignoring it. And only because I'm coming to Rashford's defense a little bit. The man did business on the right-hand side. He did everything right. He beat his men, he put in crosses. First half, he was, but yeah. Second half, definitely, when they came out again, this man looked really sharp again. He looked like he wanted to get the ball on. He knew how to get past his man. He knew how to put a ball in the box. And again, it was a chance that just went by so many times. And then when Rashford moved to the left, I did not see this man look off the ball once. It's honestly not good enough from him. He needs to do a lot better overall. And again, Tony and Cavani, yeah. The interesting stat that I have is De Gea had more touches of the ball than Cavani today.
I didn't know
In
Cavani was
total.
playing, to be honest.
Exactly. I didn't know Cavani was playing either. I barely saw the man when I was watching.
Yeah.
And our goalkeeper had
You
more
know,
touches of the ball. Just
with
touches.
Cavani, it's a tough one because, like, what is he really supposed to do, really? Because
Get on
his
the end of
runs
those
are
balls.
brilliant. I think he does really well with these runs, but he just never gets the service. And on days when he does get the
Service
service,
No,
was
we
there
see
today
it.
today was 3 chances that I expected Cavani to be on the end of today, and today he just didn't get. He wasn't there.
There's
So
nowhere near. Yeah.
I just felt like yes, there was crosses, but then let's say he made an alternative run, maybe ran to the nearer post, and it just didn't work out like that. So I just feel like it was just a matter of circumstance and where he is, but I still feel like he made pretty decent runs.
I think the performance was poor from both aspects, from attacking and defense. Interior one, even if we just defended properly, 1-0 should have been enough. Like you should be keeping a clean sheet against West Brom, and you
That's
should
the
be
most-
scoring a lot more goals against West Brom.
Personally, because of the Premier League, I feel like a clean sheet it should happen, but I'll excuse conceding a goal. But because you have so much of the ball, it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. We should have scored 4 goals, and that's the
Definitely.
bigger problem for me today.
For me, same old story. Can't trust these guys. And honestly, I think it's fortunate on our part that West Brom only did score 1. Because they should have had a lot more, in my opinion. They should have had a lot more goals. But anyways, boys, I'll be honest with you. This team has sucked the life out of me. I'm very sad. Like I've got no emotion to talk about the game today really, so yeah, don't mind me boys. We're gonna go into the player ratings, which I'm actually very interested to see because to be honest with you, I don't even know anymore. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Ollie. I'm sick of Lindelof. I'm sick of Maguire. I'm sick of Scott. I'm sick of Fred. I'm sick of everything. Same old nonsense, and it gets patched over by certain wins and certain runs, and it just it gets overlooked. But it's the same issues every week, so I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna move on, and we'll go into the player ratings. Starting off with De Gea. The goal. Yeah, Lindelof set De Gea up to fail there.
Yeah.
I kind of expected De Gea to make himself a little bit bigger, but you know what? It is what it is. It's not gonna look good on De Gea's part, but luckily for De Gea, he made 2 great saves, double saves that actually saved us a point. So you know what? I'll be nice to De Gea. I'm gonna give him a 6.
Yeah, look, I feel like with that first one, we'll always nitpick because he's in bad form. We'll be like, here we go again, De Gea. But I feel like it was definitely Victor Lindelof's fault.
100%.
And those saves, I think he really got us out of trouble there. I think those are really good saves because Maguire had effed up. So I'll give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair on De Gea today. I agree with 6. I think it really is our defense is setting up to fail a lot of the time, and we've said this even when we are having the Dean Henderson discussion. It is the people in front of him that affect him just as much as his performances haven't been up to par. They've been conceding massive chances in front of him. So him getting that double save today really, really saved him, because I don't think any United fan would be okay with him walking away from that game just having that goal conceded and nothing else.
Yeah.
If
The
nothing
double
else
save saved him big time.
100%. Because him making those saves shows he's still a good goalkeeper right now. And that's just reassuring to us that he can make the saves when called upon. Because he hasn't been doing that recently.
It is what it is with De Gea, I guess, though. Luke Shaw.
Sometimes I feel sorry for him because sometimes with defenders like Maguire and Lindelof, there's only so much you can do with some opportunities. Yes, I do agree that somewhere it is his fault. He could have done better. He could have held on to the ball better. But sometimes, like that goal, I just feel sorry for De Gea. What more can you really do?
Yeah. Sad. But it is what it is. Luke Shaw, I love you, my boy. That's all I'm going to say. Hardworking lad, great form, got an assist. I can't fault you today, boy. Can't fault you. Are not at fault for today's performance. You, Bruno, and a player who I'll mention who's going to be my man of the match. You clutched up. You did what you could today. So you know what, Luke Shaw, I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Luke Shaw today. Defensively, I didn't see him make too many mistakes. You guys can maybe point out if I missed any. But going forward, I thought he was electric. I thought he was really good going forward. A lot of crosses he put in that, as you guys say, there was no end product. There was no one making the runs. And the interplay, it was decent with Tony, and it got slightly better with Rashford. But overall, I just think he had a really good game. So I'm going to agree with the 7.
Yeah, I fully agree with you guys. 7's perfect for sure. It was a good performance.
Oh,
from
and
him.
I think man of the match.
Yeah.
It's not many options, so go for it.
Yeah.
I do think it was a good game for him, though. Lots of chances created. He got us the equalizer with a brilliant cross. And again, like you said, just so many crosses, just go overhead, go to no one, nothing comes of it. And it's just frustrating to watch. Because again, we said this before Shaw started just going electric.
Everyone, to be fair, everyone on this channel, from us three and Marcus, have always been a big advocate for Luke Shaw, and he's proving it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just starting to prove it with numbers now, which is fantastic for him. And he will keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid performance from the boy Luke Shaw. He's in outstanding form and is very consistent. Hasn't actually had an injury, touch wood, so that's been good from him. Yeah, just hope Luke Shaw can keep it up, and I believe he can. He will keep it up. As for the guy next to him, my goodness. Let me not speak. Let me not speak. Zero. Let me not speak. I'm sick of these guys.
It's a funny one because I feel like for a very long time, as much as he did get beat, he did lose his man, he wasn't really making any direct or extreme mistakes. And I felt like the way he was carrying out the ball today, I felt like he was a big threat on the left-hand side when we didn't really have much.
I'd leave
Him and
Maguire
Shaw.
to carry the ball out. I won't lie to you. If Maguire's the guy carrying the ball out, I'll leave him to him. I won't mark him. I won't press him. You have the ball. You're not going to do jack with it. He won't do jack with it. He can't score a goal. He fucked up Bruno's free kick. He told Bruno to cross it to him, and he fucked it up. I am sick of these guys, bro. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sick of this.
He won't score a goal, of course. But then he carries the ball out, he holds up the ball, and he makes space. You can look at reruns at Leicester. He did this a lot at Leicester, so it's not something new with Harry Maguire.
Definitely.
And I think that part of his game, I thought was really good. And he almost got a goal at the end. But, big but, you can't make that mistake. You really can't. And that was going all the way back to Spurs. Mistakes like that, just don't make sense. The commentator tried defending him, saying maybe it's a foul, but I don't know. I just think he could have been stronger. So, I think for that mistake, for just that mistake, he gets a 2 from me.
Maguire, again, like you said, he was probably one of our best attacking threats. But you know what? If we had Donny or a Pogba in the midfield, we wouldn't need him to carry out the ball. We would have someone that can carry out the ball and make those passes. So again, the solution is at the club. Why are we forcing Maguire to do that? Because now it's making him very, very in a bad position, just 24/7 now. He is waiting to get countered, and he's gotten countered hard. It's just not a good reflection on him, and especially when he just goes down like this, because it's the second week in a row where he's gone down easily and asked for a foul.
I rate I could put Maguire on his ass. I'll be honest, I rate I could put him on his ass.
I think it's that easy right now, yeah. It seriously is. His current form right now, he's getting put on his ass every game right now. And it's not good. It's very cheap fouls that he's not getting, and it's costing us goals. And it should have cost us a goal today, and De Gea completely saved him. Going forward, there's no real issue, but he didn't really threaten much either, you know. He did as much as Scott did offensively. He was kind of there, and that was about it. And he had a shot on target, just like Scott. Nothing special today. But yeah, he's going to get a 3 from me.
Yeah. Maguire. These two are the cancers of the club, boys. These two cancers to this team. As for his partner in crime, Lindelof, can't win a header to save his life. To be a little bit fuck it. I'm not gonna be nice. You better win that ball, boy. I don't care that you might have been fouled. I don't care. I said this in the preview. Someone like Ramos ain't gonna allow that to happen. No bloody chance. You're gonna get matched up with Maguire. I couldn't give 2 shits about you guys. 0. I can't be asked with you guys anymore. I can't be asked. Even when you have a good game, I can't be asked.
As much as I blame him, look at the other player and look at Maguire. And look at Victor Lindelof. It makes sense he didn't win that header. So it's just the case of these two aren't good enough. It just comes down to that, really, I think. And I think if that was Bailly, there would have been a much better chance. And of course, if that was Ramos. So these two, we know the story. It's always going to be a problem. We need to get another centre back. But that should not be a reason to then play Scott and Fred and go the coward way out. It should be the reason to say,
Especially against
all
West
right,
Brom. Especially
yeah, it
against.
should be reason to say, all right, it's a weakness, so let's play to our strengths. Let's outscore these guys. Like,
Which
to
you
me,
actually used to be
if
doing.
you're, yeah, even an elite manager, that's the mindset. You don't take the cowardly way out. So, yeah, ultimately, I blame Ole more than I blame Victor Lindelof. But I do have to give Victor Lindelof some blame. So I'm going to give him a 2 as well.
Yeah, I fully agree with that last statement. I do think there's a lot of blame on Victor, but I think a lot of blame should be going
Victor
to Oli
doesn't
right
pick
now.
himself. Yeah, that's the thing. Victor doesn't pick himself.
Like even that situation again. Why is Maguire not marking
Why
the
is
striker?
Maguire? Yeah,
Same as for
why isn't
2
the role
years.
switched? Yeah, I get you.
Maguire is never marking the striker, and it's frustrating to watch every single game because things like this happen. It's going to happen. It's a part of football. A striker's going to be a defender. But if you're going up against a brick wall that Maguire is supposed to be, that isn't going to happen 9 out of 10 times. It should be a simple little thing that could happen. It's frustrating, but yeah, he gets a 3. He murders Maguire. Definitely poor performances all around. The blame definitely needs to be shared between him and Oli at the top.
Yep, definitely. I think mirror ratings from all of us, even though they're a bit different. But yeah, mirror ratings. I think that's 100% probably accurate. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, feel kind of hard for Aaron Wan-Bissaka because defensively he didn't do anything really wrong. Obviously, he didn't hold Victor's hand, which I actually prefer him not holding Victor's hand. Going forward, I feel he was a bit unlucky. I feel like he was a bit unlucky. I feel like it wasn't the best of crosses, that he's had lately. But there was definitely something, to make something of it, half a chance, something, So it is what it is. But I think, yeah, if I judge it on the whole team, like I say, we always do kind of go down with the ship. So I'm gonna give him a 5, just below average.
Yeah, I think going forward, he wasn't as good as he's been in the past. Like, I thought he could have done more. And defensively, I just don't know what he did. I didn't really pay much attention, which I guess can be a good and a bad thing. Depends how you look at it. So I think I'll agree with the 5.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit nice just because I do like what Aaron's been offering, what he's been doing recently. Because defensively, he did make a good few tackles. It wasn't anything major that was stopping a count or anything, but it was just reclaiming the ball if somebody lost it, just something simple and moving the ball forward. He does that very well now, and we're starting to see why he was so good offensively at Crystal Palace and why he was a winger at the youth level. It's because he can do the offensive work very well. And I would agree with you, Shoni. I fully believe he was just unlucky today, and he should have walked with something. A Cavani, a Tony, a Rashi, a Bruno, a Scott, a Fred, any of them should have been running to the box onto that chance. Because it doesn't feel like we're making that effort right now. And it's very frustrating to watch. They're just expecting to go to the head instead of chasing the ball.
Be
very
I don't know if you guys
frustrating.
noticed, but I've noticed, especially after, because I watched the City Spurs game. When I watch City, the work off the ball is absolutely phenomenal. I look where the players
That's
are,
what makes them special.
where they're positioned. I'm like, wow. Even Liverpool, as bad as they are now, I'm looking at the midfield, the strikers. I'm like, look at how they're positioned. Look at where they are off the ball.
Yeah.
But with us, it's just like robots.
I feel like I've always felt like, as much as we all look at how they pass the ball around, I've always felt like what really makes a team like that tick is what they do off the ball. Something I think Barca has
Same like
lost.
Leeds, though. I'd say the
Something-
same thing about Leeds.
Yeah,
I love the way Leeds are, set up.
we don't have that.
We don't.
And
Yeah,
I
we
think
robots.
just
We are
us
robots.
observing it, that's why we can call United a lazy team, a team that doesn't work as hard as other teams in the league. We can just see that visually. We don't have to process that McTominay is absolutely not moved in 5 minutes despite us attacking. Like, we don't necessarily have to see that. We can see it on a subconscious level that we're not working as hard as other teams in the league. I know it's a good observation to have, definitely. But just subconsciously, we see that everywhere in this team. Because I barely saw people chasing balls that were over the top, that were just straight through all the West Brom defenders.
Yeah.
Nobody was really making the effort for it. So I'm just going to play a bit of devil's advocate for Aaron and go 6.
And on that, I do think West Brom, especially in the first half, we didn't really match the aggression, which is disappointing because that's one thing that it doesn't take too much. Just care as much as the other team does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should have started this
It's
game.
like,
with
it sounds like Sheffield again.
won it.
It's like
Yeah.
these players acted like we had 3 points in the bag already.
Exactly.
It's
It's not
like-
acceptable.
yeah.
We need to
And-
go out there and fight for every one of them. Those
Yeah.
points. You can't just expect to win.
You need to be ruthless. I mean, I know City didn't batter West Brom, but you sit there to play West Brom now, probably. Yeah.
Well, they beat them 5-0 the other day, didn't they?
Oh,
In the
maybe,
last
yeah.
fixture.
Oh, who didn't they batter? Oh, they didn't.
Reverse
They didn't
fixture.
batter Sheffield. I think they didn't batter Sheffield. But yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it's 5-0 West Brom.
yeah. So they didn't batter Sheffield. My bad. But yeah, look at come on, come on, United. Come on, boys. What's going on, boys? What is going on at this club? Jeez, my life.
Yeah. I think this type of fixture does expose what we've struggled when teams play a low block. We don't know what to do.
We've said this for
We
2
really
years.
don't. Yeah.
We don't know how to break
And-
down a low block. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and what we've done is say, okay, Paul Pogba come in, and that has made us better at it because it's Paul Pogba. But now when he's out, we're back to we can't break down the low block.
And we have Donny sitting on the bench.
And we have Donny sitting
Yeah.
on the bench. Yep.
I think it's clear he just doesn't trust Donny in the six as much as he trusts Scott for some
Yeah, and that's why
reason.
I'll sack him tomorrow. But anyways, I'm gonna get to Ollie. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get to Ollie. Because I feel like Ollie needs to go down the ship more than anyone today. But anyways, Fred, I feel sorry for the guy. Because I love Fred. But when Pogba is out, he thinks he's Paul Pogba. And Fred, my boy, if you're watching, I love you. But you are not Paul Pogba. So please stop with everything. Heck, I wish you and McTominay switched roles today. Because as much as I don't like McTominay, at least I know going forward, McTominay, he's got the history to do things. And I don't know why Scott sits and you don't sit. But when you sit, you're good. And when Scott goes forward, Scott is pretty good. So roles needed to be reversed. You're passing, like I said, you must have posters of Pogba in your room. Because you think you're Paul Pogba. You are nowhere near Paul Pogba. Poor from you, I've taken you off long ago. So you know what, I'm actually going to give Fred a 5. Oh, yeah, 5. I think Moloto might have lagged out.
Well, I think you said about everything about Fred. It looked like he was trying to play that aggressive Paul Pogba-ish type role where he wanted to play those long balls. I saw Fred with a nice piece of skill, admittedly, which is really cool close to the end of the game. But again, that shouldn't be your job. Your job is defensive engine. That's basically what Fred is for us every single game, every single week. He's that defensive engine that will run 20 kilometers a game and win back the ball as often as possible. And now Scott was playing deep and Fred was playing advanced, and it's just very strange to watch. And I don't know why Ollie would do that, especially considering Scott's recent performances in that box-to-box role when he is getting goals. He scored the second most goals in a United shirt, I think the stat was. I think he's only behind Bruno right now for goals this season, which is absolutely ridiculous. Scott has been scoring, and I don't know why we're not playing him more offensive. We said this all the way back at the Leeds game where he got his brace. He's good at that box-to-box, and we need to play him more like that. So it's just very unfair that roles are reversed for whatever reason today, and Fred was kind of kicked under the bus a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with your 5.
Yeah, I think it is what it is, Fred.
Yeah.
I'll leave the space because obviously when Moloto comes back, we'll get his thoughts on it. But yeah, we'll speak about Scott McTominay. Boy, I don't even know what Scott did, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what Scott did. I kind of feel very sorry for Scott because I actually don't mind him starting over Donny van de Beek as long as... Let me just pause there. So like I was saying about Donny, sorry, you might see a pause just because we had to wait for Moloto. But yeah, I don't mind him, Scott, playing ahead of Donny these days as long as Scott does the going forward thing, because he's actually been in good form doing that lately. So before I go further with Scott, Moloto, obviously Fred, you got legged out, Fred.
James, my network is not being nice today, so I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, let's hope it's stable. Fred, I know much of a choice unless he's gonna play Matic. And going forward, like he should just stick to retaining the ball because I think he's decent at that. But these long balls he tries to play, it just ain't it, fam. And the thing is, we needed them because we needed balls over the top. We needed a distribution, but he just doesn't have it in his locker. And funny enough, I think Scott's not brilliant at it, but I've seen him do better. And on top of that, he can drive and get a goal. So Ollie's been speaking about releasing him, but I didn't see it today. So yeah, I didn't think it was a good game from Fred, and I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a 5.
Damn. Straight 5. Yeah. And he's a
I'm being
pasta,
nice.
yeah. But I also thought maybe I was being a bit nice, but I don't know. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of Fred today. But yeah, Scott today, yeah. Feel sorry for you, Scott. I might not be your biggest fan. You might never ever get into my team if I was a Man United manager. But you have been in good form lately. Going forward, I don't know why Ollie didn't, let you and Fred switch roles. I don't know why he'd freaking even praise you about going forward and then still not listen to himself. It's just a bit of a
Yeah.
hypocrite. Or he's a bit of an idiot, which I think Ollie is. He is an idiot. So, Scott, this is not your fault, Scott. This is not, wait, it's not your fault. Listen, today, I'll be nice to you. It's not your fault, but I'm going to give you a 4. Because, like, what did you actually do? At least Fred, I knew what he did. I don't know what you did today.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, Scott.
Nah, 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 nah.
Like, to strive with a lot of space for him, and I don't think West Brom would have given him that today. But on top of that, he's passing great. It's all side to side, so there's no creativity whatsoever from him. And he's tackling and positional sense is 6, abysmal. So I think Donny is better at the tackling. Honestly,
He is.
I honestly
Donny
do.
is.
And
Yeah, he is.
I think I don't even consider playing Donny as the holder. Maybe releasing Fred a little because I know he played it up a little more.
Sedge. McDonald's wife.
Yeah. The McDonald's life has been brought up today.
Okay, hopefully it's stable. Boy, I'll be honest with you. We're like 50-50 about what you said about McTominay. And it might be frozen.
Yeah,
Nice.
So-
Clay, just go. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll
it's
try
fine.
to go again after you.
So I realized what Scott did today. It finally occurred to me. He had the one shot on target that was cleared off the line. That
Oh
was
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that was good from him, because that was him at actually advancing, playing that box to box where he actually gets his shots, so he gets his goals. And that's good. We can see those great shots from him. But apart from that, I don't know why we're trying to play him as a DM. He never works there. That 6 role is not for him whatsoever. And we're just going to say that till we're blue in the face, just completely don't know why Ollie doesn't get it sometimes, especially with his recent form. Yeah, he should be playing a more advanced role, especially when Fred's getting licensed and he's not now suddenly. Yeah, it's a very strange situation, to say the least. So I'm going to be a bit nice just because he nearly got the goal, then I'll go to 5.
Yeah, just a little bit more nice and give him a
Just
5.
a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, a 4 and a 5 for Scott McTominay. Like I said, I don't even blame Scott. I blame Ollie.
Yeah.
I fully blame Ollie. Well, Malota is still dead. Bruno Fernandes. This man. I said on a tweet earlier, more for the banter, but I said we low-key could get relegated without Bruno Fernandes. Because you look at it, he basically has a part to play in every single goal we score. And then the other side of it is we concede the most goals in the league. So it's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe relegation is pushing it, but we'll definitely be way, way down the pecking order without Bruno Fernandes. And the goal today, weak foot, volley, absolute class. But that's about it from Bruno, to be honest with you. That was about it. But he's a world-class player. He's definitely a world-class player. He's in amazing form. I still think he's the best player in the world at the moment. So I'm gonna give Bruno a 7.
Yeah, right now this team is Bruno Fernandes again. Oh,
Oh,
Thoughts?
I just paused it. Okay, technical difficulties. Malorto is dead, but he's still here with us. Hopefully, you can hear him, and that's all we need to know. But Malorto, we were speaking about Bruno, but before we carry on with Bruno, Scott, you want to give her a quick rating there?
Beautiful. And yeah, I do think Ola should release him more. But I was also saying that I don't know if this was the perfect game for that. Because I feel like he wouldn't have had as much space against Wissing like Pogba that he specializes in. It's the overlaps. So, yeah, but I still think it would have been better than him. So I just don't get. It seems like it's because Scott just has the energy and the, which is saddening. But I agree with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's fair. But yeah, so I already said what I had to say about Bruno. World class, best player at the world at the moment for me still. But besides that goal, really, it was a bit So yeah, Claire.
I just think Bruno is this team. He really is. Without Bruno, we are quite literally nothing right now. And he's been carrying this team on his back since he arrived here. Every single game, this man has to walk away with something, or it's just not good enough. That's the standards he's set at this club right now. He has to get a goal and assist every week. And right now, he has the most goals in European football from open play right now. 11 goals just from open play. And he's got even more from just pens this season as well. I think second is Gundogan right now, who's been obviously in the form of his life, banging left, right, and center. And he's on 10. Like, Bruno is just stellar. He just comes here and he just does this for a year. And he is honestly probably the best player in the world right now. He is the only thing keeping us from actually losing games right now. He is just a fantastic talent, and we're just so lucky we managed to get a hold of him. And we just can't let go at this point. Bruno has to step this cup wherever, or we're screwed.
I tell
So,
you,
yeah.
because if we didn't have Bruno, I don't even know where we'd be. I don't know where we'd
And
be.
again, another fantastic goal from him as well. It was a really good goal, a really
World
fantastic
class,
finish.
world class.
Yeah, definitely. Many people would ruin that chance and just completely miss it. Bruno got it perfectly on target, beat Sam Johnson effortlessly. It was just a fantastic goal. So yeah, that alone, I think Bruno deserves the man of the match with an 8.
Yeah, no, we rely on Bruno way too much, and it's gonna
Very much.
be a bigger problem as we go down the line. And if Ola's not going to improve our pattern of play or off the ball movement, which he clearly won't because he's been here for almost 2 years or about 2 years and he still hasn't done it, we're gonna have to address it in the summer. But then our priority in the summer is centre back. So we're gonna sign a centre back and we're going to be in the same place again. That is the reality of being a. So yeah, it is a bit wasteful from time to time. But as we always say, that's because he's trying to make things happen. And yeah, without him, we're nothing. And that finish, my gosh, like who else in this team would do that? Yes, the cross, brilliant. The cross and finding the space for Luke Shaw.
Probably
I'm not
just
taking.
screaming, I would say.
I'm not taking away from those. I'm not taking away from the build-up because I feel like that'd be unfair. But the final touch really made it, and I feel like, yeah, world class on Bruno. At the moment, I agree with you, Shane. I think he's the best player in the world. So I'm gonna give him a 7. Match the rating with Shaw, but Shaw is still my man of the match.
Yep. Okay. Now, this is where it goes down. This is where it goes a bit down. One of my favorite players, if not possibly, one of my favorite players at Manchester United, Tony Martial. He's not playing striker because of Madala Cavani. He's forced on the left wing because of Madala Cavani, which forces Rashford out of position. And even when Tony was on the field, man didn't have anything I think he touched the ball maybe once. Once. And then the referee blew the
More than
whistle.
Cavani.
And then he blew the
I just say
whistle. And then he blew the whistle. So Tony, boy, yeah, boy, I feel sorry for you. They are killing you at this club. You know, I wish you would stay, but there's also rumors that you might get sold, and I don't want you to get sold because you're actually one of my favorite players at United. And I rate you, boy. I freaking rate Martial. So this one hurts. This one hurts different. Every time I have to give this guy a low score, hurts different. So I'm just gonna give him a 3 and move on with life. Just like he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think this front three is an example of the lack of planning at this club.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. Well said.
It really is. I mean, I'll even talk about the centre backs for a sec. Like, a club with a plan, in a football sense, would know that you're going to need centre backs to complement each other. No, we just went and bought, you know? In that isolated scenario, maybe it looked right, but there was no longevity in it, especially with that front three as well. We basically have 3 strikers there, and we're trying to
Not
fit them into a
basically.
puzzle.
We have
do
4
have-
strikers there.
We have 4
We have
strikes.
4
Yeah.
strikers.
And
And we
we're
just
trying to
spread
fit them
them
into a
out.
puzzle.
Yeah. So
It's so ridiculous. And yeah, I blame the hierarchy and the planning at this club, because a club that has a plan would have built up and said, we need to buy a left wing because we need a left wing, we need a right wing. Rashford's not this, he belongs. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now grabs. And I commend him because he's always the type of guy who will try make something out of nothing, but he's not God. And that's this front three is a problem. And I just don't know how he's going to solve it, honestly. So Tony, I thought no productivity today. I think he wasn't driving at players. The dribbling, the footwork wasn't
Yeah,
there.
we got
The
nothing
link-up
that
play.
Martial does. We got nothing.
At times, I just don't know what he is. Like, he's dropping into the midfield. Are you playing as a 10 now? What's going on with you? So it was really frustrating. And I'm going to give him a 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. It was a disappointing performance. I honestly barely noticed him along with Cavani. It was just very poor from the two of them. And again, Cavani, as we expected, well, has actually changed what we expected from the summer. We expect him to get back up to Tony when Tony isn't firing when he gets injured again. And now they're contesting for the same spot, and nobody's winning out of it. It's not making sense long term. Like Willot said, I don't understand why. We should have picked up a 17-year-old, or we should have picked up just backup, not someone who's supposed to be fighting for that spot right now. Because Tony just came off a 20-goal season. That's so unfair on the guy to bring in like a World Cup player who goes far with his country as possible every year, every 4 years, and who has won infinite trophies at PSG. It's very much not fair on him just to put that amount of pressure and then force him out wide again, where he has struggled in the past and has failed to break through into United teams consistently.
Yeah.
But now we're playing our striker out of position just to make things work again. It just doesn't make sense, and I fully agree. I just think it was very bad planning, the Cavani signing in general. And Tony still hasn't found just what he's looking for yet. He's still up in the air, and he's getting close every single time you see him score a goal. You can feel the confidence come back a little. And then the next game, he'll just have a poor performance, and we just have to just suck it up and just move on. And I don't know how Ali's going to fix this, because I feel like the only way to fix this is to keep on playing him striker again, because it's just not working with him out wide at the moment. So I'm going to agree at the 4.
Yeah, like, we're just so messed up. We tried to sign a box office signing the whole of the summer because we wanted to make money off the shirt sales. And that signing made sense because he's a winger and we need that. But we could have freaking signed a Dama Traore, finished quickly, and just planned properly. But no, we tried to do that for the whole summer.
Deadline day, 2 hours left. Edinson Cavani, number 7. There we
I'll
go.
never
Cavani
forget
can do the
that
same
day.
job as
I'll
Sancho.
never forget that day.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I don't want to blame Ole too much for that. But sadly, he's the manager and he has to try to solve this somehow.
Yeah, he has to work this out, and he's not working it out well. Fully agree with that.
Yeah. Speaking about Cavani, he didn't play. Yeah, he didn't play. Yeah, he didn't play. MU1. Put on his shirt.
Well, he's going to take away De Gea's shirt, sadly.
Yeah, look, I like Cavani, but like the signing's a problem because one, where's the longevity in it, and two, like what? I'm just. I'm starting to realize how much a fuck up the signing was. Honestly, as much as I like him as a player, I'm starting to realize the
Straight up.
domino effect of the signing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. So today I agree with the one because I don't think it was completely his fault, but as well he didn't do it. So what must I say?
Yeah.
He did nothing.
What?
Gonna hit you with some stats here. He made 11 accurate passes today with a
Nice.
65% pass completion rate. He had 21 touches of the ball.
Nice.
21. The Gea had
Yeah.
26.
No.
De
According to Van
Gea.
Gaal, according to Van Gaal, that's not a problem because Gomez used to average 20 touches for him. So it's not
But
an
he's not
issue.
shooting though. He didn't have a single shot today.
Yeah, I didn't have
Not
a
a
shot.
single shot. He didn't have a shot.
He missed the
This is
sitter,
not
actually. I
the
forgot.
first
He
time.
missed the sitter. I can't remember who. Was it a Rashford cross? It might have been a Rashford. No. I don't know who
Rashford
crossed
passed
it.
all the time.
But it was a clear tap
Okay.
and he woofed it. He woofed it. He kicked for a shit.
But to defend him on that, and I touched on this earlier, but I'll try to explain it better. I just feel like it wasn't really him making bad runs at time. It was him being on the other, and then the cross goes to the other. So like what I'm trying to say is,
But then I
he's
do
on the
think that is a
post.
bad cross, though. No offense. I get where you're coming from, but I do think that's just a bad positioning from him. Because you are training with these men's 9 times out of 10. You know he's going to cross more or less in that area. You know Wan-Bissaka's going to aim near post, for example, and Luke Shaw's going to aim far post, for example. Oh, it's been a couple of weeks that you've been training
get
with each
you.
other.
I
There's
get
some
you.
kind of build-up there. And if there's no communication there, then what was the point of playing Cavani in a game where we're crossing 24/7 and he's not reading the crosses correctly?
No, I do get you, and I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
But I also feel like because he does it right so many times, I kind of excuse him for not doing it so well in this game.
Yeah, I definitely get that as well, but the man's not even shooting right now. If I could see him shooting, taking some chances, I prefer to whiff a chance than to miss a chance completely. I much prefer that. It's about only about 20% better, but still, I much prefer actually seeing you strike that ball at the keeper's face versus you completely missing it and skying it and things like that. I'd rather make you see, just make the keeper work for it, make him make a dive, force a mistake, maybe get a drop ball, maybe get someone on the just anything to come pick up a recovery, you know? And we're not seeing that from Cavani right now. Admittedly, he has been scoring, but right now he's in a drought just as well as everyone else in this team. He's not scoring
like-
at the moment, and his impact is so minute when he isn't scoring. I don't see the point in him right now.
I feel like with Cavani, we can only really criticize him with when the runs are off. They're usually on, but we can only really criticize him when the runs are off. Because besides that, like there's nothing he can really do about it. You know, he can't make the ball come to him. The players have to pass him the ball, and he tries to drop deep from time to time, and that in itself is a disaster because then he's not in the position to score the goals. So once again, it goes back to Ole.
Definitely.
Cavani is at fault a little, but it is more Ole's fault here, and on top of that, the board's fault.
Yeah, so what you giving him, boy?
Yeah, I agree with the ones, why not?
Yeah.
Make the shit show a reality.
Marcus Rashford. I'm gonna say one thing. The decision making. oh. And that's it. 3.
I feel like in the first half, he was so indecisive. It was so annoying. Like, make a freaking decision already. Like, if it's the wrong one, I'll excuse him because I just want you to act quickly and, let's get over with it. And if it goes in, it goes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And the thing is, it's not just one game. He's been doing this for weeks. He'll get the ball in a good position, touch it a million times, and then he's crowded out. And that's a problem. But second half, I thought he was really good. I won't lie. I thought it was one of his best performances on the right wing, and I liked how good his crosses were. So it's a mixed bag. So I'm gonna give him a 6, honestly.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with what you said. And again, that has been a big issue with Rashford over recent weeks, especially that indecisiveness, him unwilling to play a ball or take a shot. I want to see him make those decisions again because he's not doing it. We touched on this like last preview or something.
Who
He
knows?
just
It's so
didn't
up and
make the-
down.
yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. He just didn't make the decision. He's always in those promising positions amongst defenders, and then he just takes that extra second too long, and then he has to take another touch, and the chance is completely gone. It's Premier League high-end football. You need fast, quick decision making. You need to be thinking on your feet 24/7, and you can't have that so consistently, and that's a big issue. But I fully agree with what you said as well, that he had a fantastic performance on the right wing, and during the second half especially, it was really good. Once the storm's coming. But yeah, it was a really good performance from Rashford at that point. But again, I would only say it's a little bit better than Martial's performance, so still subpar in a 5 for me.
Yeah, Marcus. Not our Marcus, that Marcus. But yeah, Tony, I don't want to talk about Tony because, like, really, I mean, the man, he came on for a little bit longer than usual, but he didn't do anything really in the game. He didn't even get enough of the ball. However,
I thought he played better than Pitt in the FA Cup game because he was.
no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. However, he did play a lot better today, I thought, as well. Yeah, so Tony, it is what it is with Tony. He needs to be playing more at the end of the day. But I'll talk to Tony when I get to Tony. Mason Greenwood, I put him there for an obvious reason, because he's my man of the match. He came on, and bloody hell, if there ever was a guy who looks like he's gonna win us the game, it's always this kid. The last few weeks, the only thing he's missing is a goal or an assist to his name. That's the only thing Mason Greenwood is missing. Other than that, he's the best informed forward we currently have. And I stand by it. He was amazing. He deserved to start today's game. We put him in our preview. Put him in our predicted X. I don't know why. By the way, I don't know why it says predicted X. It's still there. I should have put it to ratings. But Mason Greenwood, you're my fucking star, boy. You're my shining light. And my man of the match today is 7. And that tells you everything about this game. Tells you everything. 7 for me, Mason Greenwood, man of the match.
Yeah. We've been saying that Ole needs to find a solution and that there's not many. I do think this guy should probably be playing all the games now because he at least seems like he's trying to play like a right winger, and the crosses are decent. And with a heavy heart, I think if we bring him in, Tony has to get dropped. Honestly, I think it has to happen because I just don't see what he's doing right now. And at least Cavani chips in here and there. So I think what Ole has to do next, maybe Rashford back on the left, Mason on the right, and Cavani to the middle, and just play it.
Yeah, I think we said it
Game
after the
out,
Southampton game as well.
Yeah.
At the time, I said it, and I still stand by it. I want the old front three back. That's what I want. I want the old front three back. I still rate Martial at the middle. I think the way he gets out of this is you do carry on playing him. Cavani is the best impact sub you can have as a striker. Rashford works on the left. Clearly it's Rashford's favorite position. Greenwood wasn't in form by the time he started mixing around and changing like that. But now he's better. So go back to it. So that's just where I stand.
I'll just try to look for consistency. Play Rashford on the left, Greenwood on the right, and just keep switching with Martial and Cavani through the middle. And don't change it too much because all the variations don't seem to be working that well. So you might as well just stick to one and just hope that they gel into form. But Mason Greenwood, all he's missing is the goal. But besides that, he looks like he's getting back to his best. Like the footwork is brilliant. And he just makes space. The crossing is on point. So I really liked his performance. And a 7. I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
My man of the match. None of these other scums deserve man of the match for me. Mason Greenwood, the rest of the team should be ashamed. Greenwood came on the field and looked instantly our best player. The rest of you guys should have your heads in shame. But yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you guys. I think Mason was fantastic today. Again, he does look like our best talent right now at this club, and he's going to have such a bright future, and he's just missing the goals right now. Everything else he's doing is perfect. He is putting in some top-notch performances every single game he's playing, and I agree that Tony should probably be dropped. Even Cavani should be dropped, potentially, and go back to the OG front three.
Let me not say some. I wouldn't even drop Rashford. Can't lie. I'd drop Rashford.
Yeah, but not Rashford for Tony, though,
I would drop
Tony's
Rashford.
far worse. That's the thing.
Oh, on the wing, not on the wing. On the wing. I wouldn't put Tony on the wing. I put Tony down the middle, so.
Yeah, of course. So, unfortunately for that, I think we're going to have to see Tony drop. I fully agree. Maybe back to even OG front three is a potential. We just need Mason playing right now, because he is our best player at the moment.
If Mason can start scoring goals again. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonna go on a run again. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. Mason starts scoring.
Exactly.
Gonna go on a run again.
He'll go
But
on
yeah,
a run
I
again.
think I agree with you, 7. I think that's fair. I think it was a really good performance from him.
Yeah, looks like a math board this. But anyways. Mason Green my man of the match. Luke Shaw is who's man of the match? No, Malot's man of the match. And Clayton's man of the match is Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, there we go, boys. However, this way it goes down. And I waited very long, patiently. I decided to keep my calm until this point. Because if there's ever one person I hate in my life,
Let's go.
if there ever is one person that makes me puke when I look at him on TV, this 3-letter man. Ollie.
OGS.
OGS. Ollie. Who wants to go first? Should I rip him up? And then you guys can go hype him up again. Now let me rip him up quickly. Hey, Ollie! Draw to West, bro! You're not serious. The Donny thing. You're not serious. You need to grow up. You need to actually grow up. Or grow a brain.
Yeah, that was in
The front three. Goodness. Diallo, I think he was sick, so I'm gonna let it slide. Supposedly he was sick. So I'm gonna let that one slide. But the Donny thing, the draw to West Brom, the tactics. Oh my goodness. The way he plays. He played so nice. We used to play so nicely with that high line and everything. Bayo was fit today, and Bayo didn't play. You play Bayo, and as long as Bayo is fit, you play him. He's the best centre back. You play him. Then there's that. Goodness. Tactically, this man is worse than Sam Allardyce. Big Sam. Tactically, he's worse than Roy Hodgson. Mad. Tactically, he's worse.
I'm hating Big
He
Sam.
is.
Big Sam is brilliant tactically. What are you saying?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you saying?
Manager of Man United.
This is the manager of Manchester United, by the way. Big Sam is better than the manager of Manchester United. Tactically,
Big Sam
Ollie
is G.
might be the worst in the world. He might be. But also, I'm not even going to do math because Ollie, you're getting a 0 point. See, fat donut. Have that. Donut. Dumbass. You're so dumb. And I can't believe how dumb you are, actually. It hurts my brain of how stupid you are. You know, it is what it is.
You know, I'll never be extremely critical because you know my stance. I feel like he has worked with not much and he's gotten us to a decent position. That position's in threat now because people behind us are pushing. So
Yeah, it's fading away.
I'm happy that we're 24 games in and we're still second. For me, that tells me that
Wow.
we're probably going to make top four. Probably going to make top four and we have a good chance of finishing second. But there is a threat behind him, and as I say, he's worked with one hand tied behind his back, so I excuse him for that. But there are things he can do to make it easier, and I think they're all. The theme is just him being more brave. He needs to be more brave, because, like, you can't be playing Victor Lindelof and Maguire when Bailly's fit, and we're gonna be playing against a low block. That makes no sense. It really makes no sense because we've seen time and time again tactically when Bailly plays in these type of games, it works out better because we're going to push higher up. His recovery pace is great, so it's a no-brainer. 2, we need to penetrate this team. Playing Van de Beek, it's a no-brainer, and he just does these stupid things that, as much as there's good he's done, it kind of overshadows that because you're like, but you're not helping yourself as well because we're defending you from this board, but you're not helping yourself as well. So for that, I just think it was an embarrassment today. And on top of that, his tactics do need work. It is not on point, especially in terms of how we break down teams. So I just think he was horrible today, and I'm going to give him a 0 as well.
That's when you know.
Na for the hat trick.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, the only thing I have to argue here is I don't think Ollie's really been playing with the hand tied behind his back. As much as the board hasn't given him what he's wanted, it's literally that rich kid that only got an iPhone 10 for Christmas instead of the iPhone 12, you know? That's kind of what's happened here. He's got something really good in front of him, but it just isn't what he wanted, so now he's throwing a tantrum and then he didn't even sit on the bench the entire time.
I get you, but there is the argument that maybe, you can say maybe if it was Poch, he would have made it work better. But at the end of the day, it is better for any manager that he gets players who are right for that position, you know, if he gets all the players he asks for. So in that sense, he has done better than we expected because they didn't offer him the right tools to do the job.
But I'm not gonna lie. If you're giving me a knife instead of scissors, I can still cut a lot open. You know, it's gonna work. Like it's
I
there.
like that.
If
like
anything,
giving
he's
out
tied the own hand
Peyton,
behind
bro.
his back
Peyton,
right now. in
Clayton
my
Lopez.
opinion.
Clayton Lopez, 2021. Peyton.
But let's be fair, guys. He's playing with two centre backs. Yes, as I said,
Bayo was on the bench today, by the way.
Baye is on the bench.
Tonjeb is on the bench
He was
today, by
on
the
the
way.
team selection today.
Let's step back. Today, if we're gonna isolate today, fair. I can't argue that. Today was his fault. That's why I gave him a 0. But if we're gonna step back, he's an injury-prone Baye on the bench. That's his solution. We're talking about the front three and how so it is very difficult for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right now, honestly.
It is
And
difficult,
I think
but
he's
right
punched
now
above
he's
his
put
weight.
himself in this situation. He really has.
As shit as United could be, you beat West
What
Brom.
situation is that? Do you mean you talk about West Brom specifically?
A little bit, and also the injuries right now. He's overplayed players.
Today, for me, yeah. Today I'm talking about West Brom.
Played Pogba into the ground right now. Pogba's injured. He's out. Baye just recovered from another injury, and he's been playing him right after injuries. For once, I like how he's handling an injury and he's letting him get a bloody rest. It's West Brom. Lindelof and Maguire are good enough to beat West Brom. I don't care who the hell you are. Lindelof and Maguire are good enough to beat West Brom. He played the midfield incorrectly, so we lost the midfield battle immediately. The forwards weren't clicking at all today. Ali had them firing just last week a little bit, and then he drops Greenwood, our most informed striker. But admittedly, Cavani, Rashford, and Martial should be enough. I don't care who you are. You're going up against relegation. West Brom, they have conceded the most goals in the league, almost as many goals as we have scored this entire season. There is no excuse right now for why we did not walk away with a win today. He did not meet the minimum requirements. Defensively, you can concede a goal, but if you can't get the forwards firing, which should be your main job, being a forward yourself, knowing how to motivate a forward, how to get them firing again, I don't think you did your job well enough today. The only positive today is genuinely benching Baye, because I like that he gave him a rest for once. I like that he gave a player a rest after getting back from a serious injury that's reoccurring. So, for that, Ali gets a 0.5.
But come on.
I kind of get you, but I don't know. I just feel like the big problem is the players aren't there, to be honest. I feel like
it very much is. You didn't get Grealish. We bought you Donny van de Beek, one of the best talents in European football right now.
Someone said he was the Dutch child. I was laughing when someone said
exactly. I saw that as well. I can't remember who said that.
That's very fair. And if you're looking at the isolation of the game, I agree. But then if you're stepping back, he's second. So what more must he do, really?
Well, he's not second. I must just clear that up. We are not second in the league.
Right.
We're third.
We're
third. Leicester ahead of us.
Yeah, not. I checked the table, if I'm not mistaken, before I came on here.
Just to double check. I'm pretty sure Leicester ahead of us right now.
I'm pretty sure
well.
we're tied on points, but we have better goal difference.
We're tied on points and fair goal difference. Yeah, that's how it is. So there you go. Rotor is right at that, but it's narrow.
You know what it is? I'll be honest with you. It's a false position. I'll be honest. It is a false position. The league is done. The league is done, bro. We're not going to win the league. I told you we're not going to win the league. So
when it comes to the league, I made it clear to you. I think you guys a number, and I'm going to die with that number. Once it hits 9 points, I'll bring out my white flag. But I don't think it's a false position. I do think at the moment we can and probably will finish second.
I wouldn't bet my house on it. That's what I'm going to say. I wouldn't bet my house on it. Boy, Ollie's got a big job on his hand. That's what I'm going to say. He's got a big job on his hand. He has to win a trophy, and he has to make top 4 without me having to stress my balls off. That's what he has to do. He does that. Fair play, Ollie. Get another year. He doesn't do that. Sack this bastard tomorrow.
He will make top 4, but I can't promise you won't be stressed.
Exactly. That's
I don't even think you will at this point.
I think we will make top 4, but the trophy for me is the biggest thing. Yeah, for me, the trophy is the biggest thing.
Yeah. I think we'll go on another decent run, and I think we're a good enough team to be where we are. But we're clearly not a good enough team to be challenging Man City the way they're playing.
Definitely, fully agree with that statement.
Yeah.
We are good enough squad to be where we are.
We're bound to go on a run surely again.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but when we do go on a run, we go on a run. That's what we do. We do go on a run. So it is what it is. However,
bad, we're losing to Sheffield and drawing to West Brom.
Hopefully the run is going to lead to a trophy. Hopefully that's when the run ends, after we get a trophy and I'm smiling, I'm happy, But
Exactly.
the pressure still is on Ollie. Questions remain unanswered. Same mistakes week in, week out. League table will say otherwise. But there is definitely, I think United fans are not dumb to some things. We do know that Ollie has his faults. We do know that today, especially today, if we're looking specifically at today, Ollie had was a lot to blame today. A lot to blame. So, yeah. Anyways,
I just think I agree Ole has his frailties, but this board must make Ole's job much easier. From the summer, I know they're not going to sign an abundance of players. They never will,
Yeah.
but at least get him a centre back and at least get him the players that are right for the position. And let's just see how bad this guy is.
Well, I
Oh, he's
mean,
bad.
you're literally giving him every single odd in his favor. This man is supposed to walk the league if you're giving him players like that. That's what's supposed to happen, but we would still struggle week in, week out. Because again, our squad is good enough to be where we're at. I don't think we're coached well enough to keep that permanently.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
now.
that's
the
we'll
issue.
see. We'll see. Because by that statement, you say we're not going to finish second.
I don't think so. I
Okay.
fully
I
don't
guess-
think so.
I guess that will be seen.
Well,
Yeah, it will be seen.
can't be said until it's done, isn't it, boys? Can't be
Yeah,
said until
exactly.
it's done. I don't know if we finish. I'd like us to finish second. Do I have faith?
Yeah,
would I give Ollie and this team the benefit of the doubt that we're going to finish second? Not a fucking chance. Never.
Exactly.
They don't
Exactly.
deserve my trust. They fully don't deserve my trust. Fully. This team has bottled everything. And I mean everything they can bottle. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, anyways, boys, the next time we will check you guys on a match preview will be Tuesday night, because you know why? It's not Champions League, no. It's the
I'm
M.
not coming, guys.
Then Tuesday we're gonna be discussing Europa League football Thursday night. We're back in it, boys. We're back in it. And as shite as it is, we better fucking win the trophy, because that's actually the most important trophy for me to win, is win the Europa League. So and you know what's funny? I'm gonna touch on the preview. I'm just gonna say this now. But that team we're gonna play on Thursday in the Europa League will probably be a team we like a lot more than the team we played today. That's how bad it's gonna be. So, fuck me.
Obviously, Bailly, we'll see.
We'll see
Donny,
by
Greenwood.
Donny, Greenwood. Yeah, bloody hell. It's gonna be. Hopefully, it's gonna be a great team. So yeah, looking forward to it as much as I'm not looking forward to it at the same time. But yeah. Anyways, it's been a good show. Smash a like on the video, comment subscribe if you're new, all those good things, and we will check you on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, because it is 100% Thursday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday, in our match preview for Real Sociedad, I believe. But yeah, from the RDA boys, we will check you in the next one.